With a record 24 races on the calendar, Formula One is booming, and so are the finances involved in it. Race promoters will pay a huge amount just to get their track on the schedule, and there has never been more money involved in the sport. But where does all that money go, I hear you ask? Well, one of the biggest outgoings for any team is their drivers' salaries. And considering their wages are not included in the cost cap, the figures involved can range from the expensive to the downright obscene. With big earners Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel no longer on the grid, it has left room for other drivers to move into the top 10. So let's have a look at all 20 Formula One 2023 drivers and their salaries for the season coming. Logan Sargeant. Bringing up the rear is the newest face on the grid, the American Logan Sargeant. Replacing Nicholas Latifi, Sargeant will reportedly receive $400,000 per year from Williams. But considering he is on a one-year deal, that number is likely to rise significantly should the Grove-based team decide to keep him on past 2023. Oscar Piastri. Another rookie is next on the list, with Oscar Piastri earning $600,000 per year at McLaren. With Piastri rumored to be the next great driver, it also stands as a massive financial saving for McLaren, as they have shifted the expensive Daniel Ricciardo off their books and saved themselves a reported $13.4 million. Despite being a rookie, Piastri has been handed a 2-year deal, and should his performances match his hype, expect to see an extension to the contract as well as a jump in the Formula 2 champion's pay. Nick De Vries. According to Give Me Sport, Nick De Vries' salary at his new team AlphaTauri is $1 million a year, which makes him the joint third lowest paid driver in Formula One. But considering his long wait for a spot on the grid, we are sure the Dutchman won't mind. He is signed to a 1-year deal with Red Bull's sister team, which means his pay could jump up should he impress enough to warrant an extra year. Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda was rewarded for some strong performances in his opening 2 seasons, with an extra year added to his AlphaTauri deal. Signed through until the 2023 season end, Tsunoda is now the de facto team leader following Pierre Gasly's departure to Alpine, but is set to earn the same amount as new teammate De Vries. Guan Yu Zhou. Another driver on the $1 million mark is Alpha's Guan Yu Zhou, who was also given an extra year to find his feet in the sport. The Chinese driver was the only rookie on the grid in 2022, but ended with just 6 points as he was unable to capitalize on the car's early season performance. But with Valtteri Bottas to learn from, Alpha can be reasonably confident that Zhou will produce better results in 2023, in what is the team's last year as a sponsor of Sauber. Alex Albon. Former Red Bull man Alex Albon has impressed at Williams so far, and clearly the team believe as much, rewarding him with a new deal despite finishing 19th in the standings. Albon will be in the blue of Williams for the next 2 seasons at least, and will reportedly be paid $2 million a year for doing so. Williams will also be expecting the Thai British driver to take on a leadership role in 2023, with young rookie Logan Sargeant now as his teammate. Nico Hülkenberg. With Mick Schumacher proving to be an expensive occupant of the seat, Haas pulled the trigger and swapped him out for veteran Nico Hülkenberg. The German has not had a full-time seat since 2019 with Renault, but has been keeping his eye in with reserve driver roles at Racing Point, then Aston Martin. On his return to the grid, he will pick up $4 million a season. Esteban Ocon. To the bewilderment of some, Alpine rewarded Ocon with a long-term deal in June 2021. But the 3-year deal has turned into a blessing, with plenty of comings and goings in the seat on the opposite side of the garage. Ocon has matured at Alpine and beat Fernando Alonso for points over the course of the 2022 season, which is no easy feat. The Frenchman reportedly receives $4.8 million per year, but that will increase should he continue to impress until the contract ends in 2024. Kevin Magnussen. Kevin Magnussen made a surprise return to the world of Formula One, where he was called in with just a few weeks to go until the start of the 2022 season to replace Nikita Mazepin at Haas. The Dane made a dream comeback with a P5 in the opening race in Bahrain, and while he has found life a little tougher since then, he is worthy of his place on the 2023 grid. As it stands, it will be his final year with Haas, as his current deal, worth $6 million a year, is set to expire at the end of this season. Lance Stroll. What's better than being given a place in your dad's Formula One team? Being paid handsomely for it. Of all the contracts on the grid, it is Stroll's that is the most mysterious, with no official end date given. Instead, there is the expectation that while Stroll Sr. is in charge, Stroll Jr. will be in the car. There are some details known about the salary at least, with the Canadian reportedly earning $10 million a year. Valtteri Bottas. Having been in the shadow of Lewis Hamilton for years, Bottas made the move to Alfa Romeo in 2022, where he was finally given the role as the senior driver. Not only that, but for the first time in his career, he was given a multi-year deal rather than a rolling contract, meaning he could enjoy life with a little less pressure. Judging by his Instagram, this has certainly been the case, as the Finn's off-track activities range from swimming naked in American streams to going full bogan down under. Bottas' deal runs until the end of the 2024 season, and he earns $10 million per year. George Russell. According to Forbes, Russell earns a base salary of just $3 million, which would suggest that the bonuses of $7 million are easily achievable. Regardless, he will have no doubt received a handsome payday for outscoring teammate Lewis Hamilton in his first season with the team, a move few would have predicted going into 2022. Russell's contract ends at the end of the 2024 season, but all signs currently point to that being extended. Carlos Sainz. The smooth operator solidified his place in the Ferrari team in April 2022, following an excellent debut season in which he outscored Charles Leclerc. Sainz's deal is reported by Forbes to be worth $8 million per year, plus an extra $7 million in add-ons if certain conditions are met. What those conditions are is not public knowledge, but no doubt his maiden Formula One win in 2022 will have helped bump up his pay packet. Pierre Gasly. The Frenchman left the comfort of the Red Bull family to take up a new challenge at Alpine alongside Esteban Ocon in 2022, and will begin life at his new team this season. Gasly will relish the opportunity to drive for a works team and will also enjoy the pay rise he secured as a result of the move. A report from sport business website Sportune in France suggested that Gasly will earn around $16 million per year and is signed on for at least the next 2 seasons. We'll see how Ocon feels about that. Lando Norris. McLaren's golden prospect committed his long-term future to the Woking outfit in February 2022, when he signed a deal that would keep him at McLaren until the end of the 2025 season. Norris may be young, but he has shown enough in his short career so far for McLaren to hand him a deal worth $20 million a year. But there have been plenty of skeptics about Norris's decision, with some saying a talent like him should have waited to see if there were better offers from some of the teams higher up the grid. Fernando Alonso. Despite being the oldest driver on the grid, Alonso is still one of the best paid, and his performance in recent years has certainly justified it. 2023 marks a big year in the Spaniard's career, as he swaps Alpine for Aston Martin, but he has reportedly taken a $10 million pay cut to make it happen. Alonso will earn $20 million at the Silverstone-based team, which according to Forbes is down from the $30 million per year he earned at Alpine. One of the Spaniard's main reasons for leaving the French outfit was the desire to be given a 2-year contract, and while he was granted that at Aston Martin, it is reportedly a 1+1 arrangement, meaning either party could walk away after the first year. That does not seem likely though, with both Alonso and team principal Mike Crack suggesting the Spaniard could move to a position upstairs once his racing days are over. Charles Leclerc. Next on the list is Ferrari's Charles Leclerc, with the Monegasque's place in the team secured until the end of the 2026 season at least. Leclerc signed one of the longest deals in F1 history in 2019 when he signed a 5-year deal after just one season with his new team. The deal will see Leclerc earn $23 million in total. Ferrari certainly believed in their young star, and his performances in 2022 showed he was worthy of their trust. That deal extended in 2021 to see him through until the 2026 season, and both he and Ferrari will be hoping there is at least one world title to show for it by then. Sergio Perez. The Mexican's reward for being the first driver in a long time to survive in the second Red Bull seat was an extension to his deal, which was confirmed shortly after his 2022 Monaco Grand Prix win. Perez put pen to paper on a new deal that will keep him at Red Bull until the end of the 2024 season, and Forbes reports he will receive a base income of $10 million as a result. But there are plenty of bonuses in the Mexican's contract, with a reported $16 million on offer if certain conditions are met. Presumably, one of those conditions is not to piss off his teammate. Lewis Hamilton. For the first time in a long time, it is not Lewis Hamilton who sits at the top of the salary list. Hamilton signed his current Mercedes contract in June 2021, keeping him at the team until the end of the 2023 season, and he nets a base income of $55 million from it. The 7-time world champion also has a number of endorsements, including Tommy Hilfiger, Monster Energy, and Puma. But with a new Mercedes deal rumored to be in the works, it may not be long before Hamilton is back at number 1. Max Verstappen. Having pipped Lewis Hamilton to the 2021 World Drivers' Championship, the Dutchman has now overtaken him as the highest-paid driver in the sport. Following his maiden world title, Verstappen signed a new deal with long-term team Red Bull ahead of the 2022 campaign that would keep him in the car until the end of the 2028 season. According to Forbes, the figures involved in his new deal see him receive $40 million per year in a base income plus $20 million in bonuses, which, considering he won 15 races and the World Championship in 2022, we're gonna guess that he achieved those, putting him at a contract total of $60 million, $5 million more than Hamilton. Like Hamilton, Verstappen also has plenty of sponsors to top up his earnings, with Jumbo Supermarkets, Ziggo, Red Bull, G-Star Raw, and CarNext.com all partnering with the Dutchman. So Max Verstappen is not only the king on the track, but off it as well. And while we all go and look at our own paychecks and wonder what went wrong, let us know your thoughts on the driver salaries in the comments section. Who's stupidly overpaid and who deserves more?